Fox Fact Check for Week 17. If you ever watch an NFL game and you see the Steadicam on the sideline, this is our guy right here. This is Phil Jacques. He's been doing it with us for 15 years. Phil, tell us what it's like being on the sidelines during these NFL games.
It's pretty wild. I mean, you get the best seat in the house. Everything's right there in front of you. You have to keep your head on a swivel. These guys are bigger and faster than they look on TV in person. They're incredible athletes, and the league and the network has a lot of trust in you to do this job and do it professionally and just be safe.
Yeah. Well, last week when we did the game in Chicago, I noticed from my card after the game, after the game-winning touchdown, I guess you could call it a walk-off touchdown now.
Yeah.
Dale Williams hits DJ Moore on his bomb. It was a wild scene, and I felt this immense energy coming from the crowd. You're out in the field with these guys. How does that feel when you're out with them? I mean, it's got to be a rush, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. When you're doing something like this, though, but you remember, I've been doing this a long time, right? So I've had enough exposure to certain moments that happen, and it gives you the perspective of like, okay, maybe when this happens next time, I'll do this or that. So experience goes a long way. I can think of a couple walk-offs we've done, like Seattle and Green Bay, when Seattle won in overtime. That was another walk-off. And then, the Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Falcons. That was probably the ultimate walk-off. And I've never had an experience like that since or before. And that goes a long way in preparing you for something like this. So I look up, I see the ball in the air. DJ Moore's coming down, he makes a play, and I know instantly, like, it's on. As soon as, the arms go up, touchdown, I have to get in there, really just stay calm. That's kind of the big thing. And even before that happens, you kind of like try to visualize the moment a little bit, thinking like, what could go wrong? What could go right? What am I looking for? What am I trying to get to? And so the DJ Moore thing, he comes flying in, catches it. I run over there. He was laying on his back still with his arms out. It was pretty cool. I was overhead of him for a little bit. And then there was all that other celebration. I know it's all coming. So I have to not operate with my head down too much, where I have to look around and see the guys, because these guys are ramped up. They just won the game. It's great. So I know they're coming, and I just kind of hang with it as much as I can. He popped up. He was right in my face. And they had a good reacts there. And then the rest of the team came in, and I just kind of had to sidestep that a little bit, just so you don't get, you get in there. These guys are huge, and they're stoked. And you just have to pay attention in the biggest moments, not get caught watching.
Yeah. Well, here we are. This is what happened.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was.
I get over there as quick as I can. I'm looking at them. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I feel the other photogs and stuff coming in, because game's over. It's on, right? So it's wild. It is wild, but you have to stay calm.
It's bedlam.
Yeah, thanks.
It really is. It's pandemonium. Everything that every word that you could describe it. You talked about the Super Bowl in Houston that year. You're a big Pats fan. You grew up being a Pats fan, correct?
Yeah.
And that had to be wild. When
I remember the first half at halftime, we were going to set up for halftime music and stuff, and that's a wild game. But you try not to get too caught up. I remember looking around, going, "What happened?" And going, "All right, I don't know." That was probably the best football game I've ever seen.
That was the first game that ever went to overtime. The first Super Bowl game that ever went overtime, correct? I think so. I don't think everyone.
Amazing.
And that never happened before. Well, I can't thank you enough for helping me out and joining me for this week. It's a little late, but, better late than never. We're on to Chicago next week. Phil, thank you for joining me.
You got it, man. Thanks, buddy.